In this tutorial, we're going to see how to bring more realism to our height maps. We'll add some details using height maps and learn how to integrate them better into the geometry using link mask. For this demo, we'll be using the demo scene, which is included with MatPlus. In our first layer, we'll create a simple plastic effect. We deactivate the channels we're not going to use. Next, we add a new layer. We activate only the height channel by pressing Alt plus click on the height button. We increase its value to 1 and rename the channel to stay organized. We add a black mask. Then, we add a paint effect in 4K to have enough resolution for our brush. We select a brush to generate the height. We can see that since the brush is very hard, the height effect looks rough. To fix this, we add a blur filter. We set the resolution to 4K, and, since we want maximum quality, we choose full mode. We set a low blur size, around 0.01 is enough to get a good effect. Finally, we add a float curve filter to refine the blur and get closer to the result we're aiming for. Now, we create a link mask. The link mask will store the mask information so it can be referenced in other layers. We rename it to keep everything organized. We also want our height map to have a metallic effect, but it wouldn't work properly in the same layer. Because of the blur we added, the information now has a gradient, and the metal wouldn't cover the entire brushstroke. So, we create a new layer called metallic. We configure it with metallic values and add a black mask. We add a fill effect and, in the link mask section, we select the one we created earlier in the height layer. At first, the result looks the same, but now we can manipulate the mask. We use the color ramp included in the link mask to ensure the metallic effect fully covers the height texture. Now let's add the shadows. We create a new layer called shadows. We leave only the color channel active and set it close to black. We add a black mask and a fill effect. Once again, we call the link mask in the fill. We add a blur filter and increase the blur size. Then, we add another fill effect with the same link mask, but set it to subtract mode. This gives us a great shadow mask. Here we can see how we created our effect. First, we added a fill effect with our link mask. We created a blur filter to expand the mask. Then we added another fill effect with our link mask. We set it to subtract mode to get our shadow mask. To enhance it, we add a math filter set to power, which makes the contrast stronger. We adjust the blur and power values until we get the shadow effect we're looking for. As a finishing touch, we can add an intelligent mask with ambient occlusion. We invert it, set the blending mode to lighting, and tweak the balance to make the effect pop. And that's it. We now have a height map that looks much more realistic and integrated, with metallic details and shadows, all thanks to Link Mask.